Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Sunday night hanging right here on, Sundays. I'm Ben. We got Lil Sis, also rockin' mom. Welcome back for a Mother's Day special. She claims certain dates of the year. I have no control over it. That's how that works. Welcome, Lil Sis. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Yes, long time no talk.
I know.
Let's see.
I haven't actually.
We got a bunch of people in chat. I'm going to do roll call here.
We've
got Fruitcake Tony, BC Rich 581, Daryl B07, Hit Metal Works, All Dave All Night, Dennis Ellis, Ryan Hall. Let's see, Symmetry, never heard of him. No, cool. Guitars tomorrow. We got Riff. We got Down and Back Cornhole Podcast, aka Cousin Doug. He just has that in brackets, just Cousin Doug. He would say it on his channel too. I'm like, what? All right. He's like, your cousin Ben. That's how that works. Terry's 3Gs, also co-host of Canucks with Guitars. Terry Himes, not co-host of Canucks with Guitars. We got Lee Elbarge himself, JP Page 2. Good to see you, Jim. Ryan Hall and his mom. He's hanging out with his mom in Alabama.
Hi.
Who doesn't have AC and doesn't apparently need it. He's more of a man than I am. We got Paul P-Man Howland in the house.
Yep.
Awesome. Billy Baloney, who just finished the new Rumpus Room redo that looks flippin' awesome. And I claim that chair next to the futon. That's my spot. I love that chair. It was like the chair in Grandpa's Breezeway. Like when it was laid back with the wooden arm. I'm like, oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I claim that spot. We've got, let's see here, Paul McNary and the cats. That's good.
And the cat.
Most of the cats. Some of the cats don't care for me, but most of them do. So. And of course, thank you. Unbelievable. Happy Mother's Day. Gift funds early for the daughters.
Ooh.
The show even started. I saw it. I got a feature. I can star, aka pin comments. And it automatically pins super chats, so I don't miss a super chat.
Now, I don't have my Google open, so I can't respond in the chat.
We got Super Fan Gary Dadwin in here. Sean Hockey.
Sup?
Go down to the bottom here. Let's see. John DeShane in the house.
Yes.
The Lawnmower Tapes. I love that name. Mark Scasty.
I did say that.
Gear Junk 35.
There you are.
Gear Junk 35. Latest acquisition in-house.
Dun, 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 dun.
First of all, speaking of like nice paint finish, I dig it.
Hey man, nice paint finish.
Yep. What's old is new again. There's Charles 75. Now we can start. Charles 75N finally decided to grace us.
Excellent.
The doctor is in the house. We also have Dean Hostetter. Good to see you. White Bailey.
White.
Awesome. So if you folks have any questions for either... Oh, there is a question. All right. First question from Unfucking Believable. Question for Amanda. Favorite story about being a mother?
Like ever? Or like I can think of. It's very funny.
Top of your head. What's up, Milt?
It's a very humorous life. Every day she says something different. Today's card. Well, here we go. Today's card. Hold on.
Here we go. Ferd Burfel in the house.
There's nice normal things. This is me.
Yep.
That's me.
Yep.
It's the PS that did it for me on the card. PS, you are so cool and fun and the #1 mom in the entire universe. The alien moms are not going to be happy.
Good to know.
So Look out, alien moms. Pew pew. Yeah, I
Intergalactic.
don't know.
Blackjack.
I remember one time we used to have these little pins for work that had the bank logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were losing them all the time. Everybody, in fact, there was a hashtag that was like, "Where have you found your pin?" And I came home and I changed Sam's diaper, and lo and behold, inside said diaper was the pin. It was a magnetic, but like, I don't know if it fell off me. I'm hoping it did.
You're
But that
hoping it
was a
didn't.
good one.
You're
That
just
was a
hoping
really
it
good one.
didn't like pass through, is what you're saying,
Right?
right? But then again, if anything else that was swallowed that's magnetic, it would just bring it all along for the ride. So
Yeah. I've never been, being surprised by someone's poo. That's also something that I wasn't anticipating.
Unbelievable says that last sentence will be the name of my next album. All the alien moms will be jealous.
Yes. Look out.
Sounds like a line like pre-chorus in a Yes song. And all the alien moms will be jealous. And then into the chorus.
But it won't have anything to do with the line that was before it.
They just float there.
That's a fun fact about Yes, is, the lyrics. I was curious about the lyrics and if they meant things or whatever, but very much like Steely Dan and Peg being the word to be chosen just because it worked the best.
Yeah.
A lot of their lyrics were basically just sounded good.
It's like are these still
those words fit there.
lyrics you put in while writing, or are you going to rewrite that? We're already behind the studio. We'll just use these lyrics.
Which is also, I think, a lot of Oasis. Noel Gallagher has also said that Oasis is the same. Like,
Or
people say, what does it mean? It's like nothing.
hit concert ever. Valeria, what's up?
Hey, girl. Yeah, I gotta look that up. There she is. She's so awesome.
My niece here says I wrote 3 songs this weekend: drums, guitar, and vocals. What's up, Gino?
Really?
Gino Williams in the house.
What's up, Gino? It's hard not to imagine Gino, the salesman. Hey. Hey. Look at her. Hey. Yeah, Mother's Day.
Gino, that was our restaurant supplier basically the whole time we had a restaurant, and then his brother was working at Campbellford Chrysler dealership. So we just went to see his brother when we needed a new van. Go see my brother. Done. Serious guitar question.
I know that was
Amanda mastered the modes. Which is her favorite and why?
No, none, and because.
My preferred is the Mixoplikian.
I want to learn the bass line to Barney Miller theme song.
Don't we all?
I don't know. Do we? Because
I don't know. I've been working on Steve Miller's Space Cowboy. That's my latest. Oh, it's hard.
My friend always, every time there's a band, she always wants to go up to the mic, and she asks me to go up with her, and she wants to sing, and I know she wants to sing that song. And she says, I like it because you sing the harmony with me. And I'm like, that's great. Except I know that when I get up there, she's one of those people that wants you to sing the harmony, but always changes to meet whatever range you're in. So then we end up doing, so it's a duet with 2 people singing the same part. And I can't stand that. That drives me crazy.
Yeah. It's hard to not unison. So, just for live hour?
It's silly.
Nice. Gino says, good times. This Gino cuts hair. See, I get a haircut from a guy named Gino.
I cut my own hair.
You cut my hair too.
I do. You need one, right?
It's been a year or so.
You need a trim.
Yeah. My bangs are getting a touch long.
Huh?
I said my bangs are getting a touch long.
Your bangs. Our hair's almost the same.
What's up, my friend?
I should put on a hat backwards, and then people will actually think we're related.
Sure, because they haven't figured that out already. Oof.
I'm just saying, anybody who doesn't think we look alike, if I had facial hair,
Right.
that might be a different story.
Valeria says last time I sang live was at the Jam at Gear Street. Nice.
She's a good singer. She's good. She does it for fun, and she should, and I hope other reasons. But she's a good singer. She can sing lots of stuff. She can belt it out. She's got like equipment and stuff.
Very cool. My knees hurt. Used to take guitar lessons from Steve Miller's guitar player. Had gold records on the wall and everything.
For real?
That's cool. That's cool.
Blam, blam, blam. Yep.
What's up, Keith H?
I'd learn all of them. That was the Greatest Hits was a huge album in my high school. It played on repeat in the cafeteria every day.
Sorry, which Greatest Hits?
Steve Miller's Greatest Hits. Nobody I knew owned his actual albums. They just owned the Greatest Hits album, and it depended which version they owned, whether it was included certain songs.
Right. Or they cheaped out and got the best of, which had half as many songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Not that stuff.
Nope.
But I love Steve Miller. I saw him in concert.
I wore that album out. Yeah, I had that. I had a lot of Greatest Hits albums that went in the car, for the cassette deck in the car. Always had cassettes in there. And Steve Miller's Greatest Hits, Aerosmith's live bootleg. Oh, yeah, required.
I owned Steve Miller's Greatest Hits because I stole yours.
Right? James
someone stole from me.
I was okay, though, because by the time you stole, I was like, I'm good. Like, I've listened to it all a lot. What's up, Bonkers in the house, as well as Rob Baker.
Hi, Rob Baker. Long time no speak.
Billy says everyone owned Fly Like an Eagle when I was in high school. Well, Billy, you're dating yourself a little bit there. Us being a little younger, and we had the Greatest Hits. Dip your toe into an artist's discography without buying the whole thing. Just saying.
Let me just give a PSA that I'm fucking believable as a jerk. Asking me all these questions. Stop.
Hey, I'm just waiting for questions from others. Like I'm like I don't know. What am I going to ask?
Yeah, but like
I know all the answers.
I can hear him giggling from there. I had a thought today. It's Mother's Day, so I like to have conversation about mothers. Is there much of a difference between the mother of a musician and like a learning and growing and musician and the wife of a musician? Do you need to have similar qualities?
Yes.
And what are said qualities of these wonderful women who might be listening beside their partner who is watching?
First of all, infinite patience.
Patience, right?
Infinite
Trust.
patience. Yeah. Trust, definitely trust.
Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to think. Plans may change.
Yeah.
Plans may change because something comes up and you've got, like you pick up a gig, but if you're picking up a last minute gig, it's because they're paying like triple. That's why you pick up the last minute gig. And it's like, I know we had plans, but this will be this month's mortgage payment type thing. So,
weekend vacations probably won't happen.
Weekends aren't a thing for the most part.
Be prepared for sudden emergency purchases that will not benefit you at all.
Intermittent short-term roommates. Someone may need to crash on the couch for a week or two.
Yeah.
Because, most musicians, if they don't have a girlfriend or a wife, they're homeless.
Yeah.
But generally, I was going to say, most musicians' wives that I've known, like, that are around for, let's say, more than a few years, because some people get back into, because it seems like a lot of people get into music as a teenager and you get out of it and then you get back into it. There's going to be that time you have to get out of it, or you stick straight through. But generally, they're pretty cool, laid back people overall. You don't get a lot of high strung, high maintenance, yes, high strung, maybe based on lifestyle choices, but generally, pretty laid back overall group, because I don't think most musicians are going to be hanging out with a professional type that's very 9-to-5 oriented world, because it doesn't work that way. Yeah, they work 9 to 5, but it's the opposite 9 to 5.
Yeah. So then, how I'm one, for future ladies that may watch this. Anyway,
Scott Brockway.
Hey, Scott Brockway. Thank you. How does one not succumb to Yoko Ono syndrome? Like she's going to break up the band.
Michael B. What's up, Michael B?
To me, I feel like, to me, it's like, do you have a tolerance? Do you have a friend that bullshits a lot? And so that when you go somewhere, they're like, just go along with it. These people think I'm this. And you're like, what the hell? All right, whatever. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of musicians are all trying to be a rock star, but they're all exactly just as insecure as each other. So it's like, there's a lot of BS that happens.
There's some BS, but generally those people get weeded out pretty quick.
So how does one not succumb to Yoko Ono syndrome?
Okay, so the Yoko Ono syndrome. See, that's harder.
Which is a thing now.
All right, so there's certain players, again, because there's certain players that they can go out and just do their thing, and that's fine. And some need a support system to get through a gig. Okay.
Right.
And that's what John needed. John needed that support system adjacent, right? For whatever reason. And some of the bandmates didn't care for that. Hey, Ron, House of Bane. See, now that's more of a situation where you're already in a band with this dude. And when you got into the band with dude, he was married to someone else.
Right.
Okay. So that changed. So that's different. That's like you literally when your bandmate meets someone new and all of a sudden that this is my emotional support person, like I have to be everywhere. Then you're like, okay, and you really treat it with kid gloves, because anything you say to him will be relayed to her. Guaranteed.
Yep. And
the only thing you can really do is make it clear as possible, gentle as possible, that like you are in this band. You are a voting member. You have your say. She is not.
Right.
And the first time she says something, then you're going to have to be in the adjacent room. Like we had a rule with One Day to Live that yes, WAGs, wives and girlfriends, is the section. Got that from soccer, the WAGs, because they get their own section. They could come to rehearsal, but they would be in the next room. They couldn't be in the room. Unless we were just running down, like it was one of those, like we're, okay, let's rehearse for the show this Friday. We're just going through the sets, which we're just going through the motions.
Right.
Fine. You can be in the room. We've had people in the room for those. But if we're doing a writing session, no distractions. Sub Corey's Garden.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to be there anyways, but all right.
Well, people are interested in watching the process of how a song comes together.
Like staring at someone paint.
Yeah, it's distracting.
And them not be Bob Ross.
Thank you, Surfer B. I didn't come up with the band name. I joined the existing band.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's just thoughts I had today.
Yep.
I try and have some sort of like...
The biggest thing is trust. And that goes both ways. Like, dudes, don't be out doing stuff to break trusts if you're getting the trust in the first place.
Yeah.
They're giving you, let's say, a line out. Don't just snag on it and get all tangled up. And no.
I think you have to be the kind of person also that wants to show off your partner, not control your partner. You know, like there are a lot of men, let's say men get a woman and they're all jealous because they're worried of who's looking at her and this and that. And then there are other men who want to show off who they're with.
Yep.
And I think that you have to, otherwise, you have to understand that that's going to happen. Someone's going to
be a musician, even if they're not, they're going to appear to be narcissistic in public because they're talking about themselves a lot. But
Mom hated that.
Like, okay, being part of the scene, I always had free admission to a lot of local shows. So we'd go hang out to support the scene, you know, go check out the bands, what have you. And literally, it's the same 5-minute conversation all night. Because, hey, how you doing? Where are you playing next? Write anything new? Blah, 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 blah. And then hey, what are you working on? Blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, got a new piece of gear. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then they go off. Oh, gotta go play my set. All right. And then, you know, buddy comes off stage that you know as well. Hey, how you doing? Where are you playing? What are you writing? Blah, blah, blah. You're not going to say, I'm sorry, Amanda, but I just had that conversation with Fred. I care not to have it with you. No. Right? So it's the same thing. Well, you know, you're just talking music all night. Oh, imagine that. I'm hanging out with a bunch of musicians at a show.
Wow.
Music's going to come up.
I think if you're going to be with someone who's a musician, you better freaking like music too.
Right? No, like gear chat is something different. I get it. That's fine. You know.
But like, I don't understand. Like, there's enough people in the world, enough chicks that are into that stuff. Like, just find one of them. Make your life easier.
Yeah. Well, see, what happens is someone will come along that say not into that conversation, and they're expecting there's going to be a bunch of other people there, say friends and or spouses that aren't going to be into those conversations, and we can all hang out together, you know, and still support the scene, but they're going to be sitting back at a table near the back so they can still talk about whatever they non-music conversation, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I'm not into that.
Because you may like, you know, hey, there's a bunch of cool bands playing, but I don't care about the conversation in between. You know, okay. Paul Leonard Ewing in the house. Legend.
I'd rather be, I think, like in the audience giving critique on how the sound was. You know, like, hey, this is how the sound was. You know, coming from whatever.
Gino Ames says, I was playing bass in a band. We were trying out a new drummer. He brought his girlfriend who repeatedly said we should get her brother who plays bass in the band. That made me feel awesome. Yeah.
I would say something.
I'd say not only is your brother not joining the band,
that?
he ain't joining the band either because I don't want to deal with you. So unless you're Neil Peart, your girlfriend better shut her gap. I'm just saying. You know, if you are like the greatest drummer, even then you might be, because you know you got to be good, you got to be competent, which means in life, and don't be a dick, right? And that's being a dick adjacently, like that's just hassle written all over it. Like, oh yeah, no,
that's just dumb. She dumb. You got no. Yeah, you're dumb. And yeah.
Now it's one thing for her to say that to her boyfriend drummer after he does the audition. They're like, wow, that's a pretty good band, but man, my brother's way better than that bass player in that band.
Yeah.
So if you join the band, maybe down, you know, that's not in the room, you know, because again, that conversation is going to happen. But Michael Krause is here and Guitar Man 45 and Absolute Mayhem. Absolute Mayhem, have you registered for Cosmo Fest yet? We're on House of Bane. What's up? Eddie Faye. What if Neil and I have the same birthday? Can I sneak my way in? Yes.
Sure. Do it up.
All right. Bo's got a house full of people. That's why he's late. That's
fine.
Johnny Love's here. Hey,
Hello,
Mark.
Jonathan. Hey, Mark.
We got 67 people watching. Please leave the thumbs up if you haven't already. Helps algorithms.
Sure does.
What date? I don't know. Saturday, June 3rd. Say I don't know, and then immediately mention the date.
So funny.
I don't like the fact, I don't know, Billy Baloney can confirm this. I did the registration. I didn't get any kind of confirmation email or anything, so I did it again and made sure sign up for the newsletter, which I'm already signed up for, was checked. Still no kind of confirmation. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll just show up. Idiots.
Oh, there's a good one.
All right.
Another serious guitar question for Amanda. Squire versus Epiphone, and why? Why? I like Epiphone better, and I don't want to, but I do. Because their body shapes fit me better. And Squire, I find just very awkward. It's just, I've not found any guitar that they make that is comfortable for me. And that's what it's all about, particularly for me.
Okay, so George Bedar only got confirmations for the clinics at Cosmo, and Billy didn't get an actual confirmation either. Okay, yeah, because I didn't sign up for the Derry Gain clinic after all, but I should see if there's still spots for that. Because then every time he stops playing, there's something around, your tone rules! And then, he'll carry on. Your tone rules! Always has! Just stuff like that. Just amazing tone.
It's going to be a fun day. I'm sure.
There we go. Mayhem put the link in the chat, so there we go. Ron House of Bane says, wish I wasn't so poor I go to Cosmo Fest. Hey, I'm not planning on buying anything. I'm just going for the hang. Just going for the hang. That's it. Meet up with Billy Baloney, hang with Mayhem, Doug Strong. We're pretty sure it's going to come. But again, 2 kids, 4 and under, so Doug's a wild card. We don't know. Doug's life could be imploding that day. I didn't give him. Doug's not here to defend himself. Why? Because he's got 2 kids, 4 and under, and they're adorable. It was like, it was like during a newscast during COVID when they're broadcasting from home because Doug had to go do something, and then you see the door, and all of a sudden it opens, and this beautiful little princess-looking thing comes in, like, hi, like 3 or 4 years old. You're like, well, that's just adorable. That just, fancied up the water buffalo meeting by about 100,000%. So
that's so funny. I will join one at some point just to come say hey and see what it's about. I have to scroll back. BC Rich asked me, yes, Hannibal is a Squire Jazzmaster Affinity. Mm-hmm. But again, it's like bulky, it's difficult. And that's very nice of you, unfucking believable, but that's a lot of pressure. No pressure. But yeah, I do know a lot about music.
All right, I got a question for you.
What?
What band would I play repeatedly back in the day that you just couldn't stand to listen to? Like, what was the band? You're like, oh, come on, he's playing that album again.
What, like music-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, you went through phases. Megadeth.
Okay.
I was too young to be interested in listening to that. It was just noise to me. I remember that. Voivod I wasn't into. I'm trying to think of like
what stuff you hated then, but you grew to love.
What?
There was stuff that you didn't like initially, but you ended up liking.
Eventually. Yes. Oh yeah, I would say so. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what phases you went through, because like I liked Kiss, so that was cool, and I liked AC/DC, but. So I listened to all that, obviously, because you listened to that.
And that was when, our rooms were right across the hall from each other, too, at that time.
Yes. Yeah, Megadeth I did not enjoy. When you listen to, like, really heavy stuff, I was not interested in that. I wasn't even really interested, like, Metallica, when you were listening to Metallica. Not at all. Didn't care for it. Killer Dwarves, barf. Nope. Didn't want it. None of that. I was more interested in like mainstream metal, quote unquote,
Just
if you played
straight
it.
ahead. Yeah, hard rock.
Yeah.
Stoner James in the house. Vape Fest 2K23. Happy Mom's Day to all the mothers out there. What's going on, Coombs?
Yo, yo. What's up, Boner Jams? Yeah, that you listen to. I'm trying to think specifically. Yeah. I think I'm covering a lot of the bases, am I not?
Oh yeah, like stuff that I listen to a lot. Yeah, like I'm thinking like where you look at the cassette cases and there would be like, there's their entire discography.
Oh, Frank Zappa. Nope. Did not want to care for that. I didn't appreciate Joe Walsh as much as I do, let's say now, I guess.
I didn't really get into him until my 20s.
Yeah. And that was fun.
Mark Randall says REM wasn't a big fan in the beginning.
Oh, someone asked me a question way back and I can't remember what it was. But they asked me like, oh, it's not fucking believable. Which is the worst band or something? And why is it Bon Jovi? I have a longer list of bands I just don't like, but not necessarily Ben listened to them.
Bonkers asks, can you name one new band that came out in the past 5 years? Ooh.
That I like?
I'll go with Crown Lands, which I believe they have a new album out.
Last 5 years? I don't know. Time goes by. How long was 5 years ago?
2018.
I'll name something and you guys will be like, that was 15 years ago. I'll be like, I'm a loser. Sorry.
BC Rich says, I always thought that the Tragically Hip were pretty much the Canadian REM. Yeah, in many ways. A little harder. Yeah. But they both shaved their heads at the same time. It's like, yeah, I was a fan of REM and the Hip when they both singers had long hair. Just saying. You know. And they kind of dipped out around this time they started shaving their heads.
I don't know any new bands in the last 5 years that I can go, bam, this is the name of that band and this is why I like them. I suppose.
Now Unbelievable asking another serious gear question for Amanda. Is Tonewood a thing?
Probably. Physics says probably, yeah.
Mark, Monster Truck has been around far more than 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a band. All right.
I would say at least 10, at least at this point.
Good night.
Michael Crow saw REM live.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay. I'm more still like figuring out old things that I'm discovering. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or rediscovering groups that I didn't realize were awesome.
Yeah, or like a group where you might think of them almost as a one-hit wonder. Oh yeah, I remember that song. And then you deep dive, you're like, oh wow, they have a whole bunch of good stuff,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I've never been I wasn't an album listener necessarily. It was generally by chance. Yeah. Because you know what? Mostly because I never had enough money to buy an album.
I was a proud member of Columbia House for years.
Yeah, like I got my ones from BMG, and then after that, I mean, I only joined BMG when I think I was 16 or 17. Yeah. So, and then like after that, I was already a stepmom when I was 20. So I didn't have this like huge amount of expendable money to go blowing. I had a cassette tape and a radio. That's what I had. So often my knowledge is what was played on the radio because radio's free. So for me, I'm discovering and my ear, I don't know, my listening's different. I'm listening to things differently for different reasons, I suppose. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So Robert Ramford in the house?
Like, I didn't like Yes before. Really. And now they're like, One
Another
of my
super chat
favorites.
from
Aw,
I have to run. Happy Mother's Day to our sister Amanda. Much love and respect. Aw.
love you
Thank you
too.
very much, my friend.
That's so nice.
I know today's been a little tough for him, so I do appreciate it.
Mm. One of those
Billy
days.
Baloney says, I worked in record stores for 20 plus years. I listened to everything. I bet you did.
That's so cool. I would have enjoyed that job.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not now because I
back in the
realize how
day,
little they're paid.
service didn't have to be a thing, so you could be the opinionated record store employee, which
Well,
I would definitely be.
a lot of browsers. I like places where people are allowed to browse, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and have conversation.
Ooh, from Mayhem.
Actual
Faye's
Mother's Day story.
Mother's Day story. Oh, wow.
Involving mom?
Yeah.
For Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
I used to often surprise mom. I like clean her room or something.
Well,
That
Mother's
was
Day
often a gift.
starting in the mid 80s was basically a shit show because that was one of our busiest days of the year at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Because everyone took their mother out for dinner on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
that's the favorite story. I should have dug out the article. I've got it downstairs.
the advertisement.
Mhm.
So yeah, so for the first Mother's Day at our we owned a kind of a diner for a year, and then mom opened her own restaurant with her name on the front. Even though our Nana was, this is my son David's restaurant. No, that's why it says Maggie. It doesn't say David's. It doesn't say that, Nana. Maggie's. That's mom.
Yes.
So Mother's Day, yeah. So they had just opened the restaurant. Like, I want to say they did a soft opening like mid-April, end of April.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we're going to be open in time for Mother's Day. And so mom had this brilliant idea.
I got to go dig it out at some point.
Oof, May. Yeah, for a Throwback Thursday. So, yeah, so she decided to take out an ad in the local paper. Paper that our friends saw. just saying. Saying, hey, you. Actually, it said, won't you please come celebrate Mother's Day with our mom at the grand opening, blah, blah, blah type thing at the restaurant with our school photos. Couldn't take a photo of us. No, use the school photos.
And it's really bad.
Oh, it's bad because 1986. So I was 12, just shy of 12. So I was all ears and freckles, and you would have been 7, turning 8. Great stage. So probably he had summer teeth because there's summer teeth.
Jared curl perm. I had the perm, the mullet perm.
You had the perm because you wanted the perm like mom's perm.
Yes.
Right. For the school.
Because I had like a Pat Benatar haircut that I'd grown out.
Yeah. Oof, man.
I will pull that out. And then when is the Water Buffalo meeting?
We haven't figured that out. It'll be the Wednesday following my birthday. So Wednesday of next week, not this coming Wednesday. Week and a half. Yeah.
Maybe I will.
Yeah. And I had to look at that ad for the next 3+ years because my grandfather pinned it on the bulletin board next to the downstairs bar area. So all the relatives got to see it.
It's great. I thought I should have dug it out.
Hey, Trevor Norse. Good to see you.
Hello. That's so funny. Yeah, I found it. It's a good time.
That was not cool. I'm like, what did you do? What?
We were so embarrassed.
What in God's name? That was almost this. I still remember to this day. Colin, formerly known as Colin Cruz, comes walking into school, Amanda, doing the Gary Woodcock strut with the thumbs and the belt loops, right? Because he had seen Cable View the evening before, and when we did an appearance at the Belleville Fair on stage with a children's artist act dancing around on stage. And so he just I couldn't get the tape in the VCR fast enough, he said. And he saw a perfect blackmail situation. And for those who don't know, the children's act was musical clowns. And
Ish and Lenny.
Because we've known them for some couple years at that point. They become friends of the family as artists, not as clowns. But, and so
it's a very unbelievable.
And they're like, hey, we need volunteers. And they looked right at us. And I'm like in the jean jacket and the Def Leppard tour shirt because I'm in grade 7. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. And he's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, you're a dead man. We're going to go back to the restaurant to eat after the show. Parents' restaurant. And I probably will drop saliva in your food if you invite me up. And he dragged me up on stage. And
was that at the muscular dystrophy?
You could get away with it. I don't know what was going on. I'm in grade 3. I got caught up in the moment. I was like, yeah, that's your demographic. You're a 3rd grader. I was a 7th grader.
They were great.
They were.
I have a picture of them too.
Drinking problem, and that's why it became a solo act within a year of that performance.
Yes.
Because nobody likes an angry drunk musical clown.
A clown.
Lenny got a little. You could tell it was because I don't know if you realize this, Amanda. A lot of mom and dad's friends that were the folkies in the 60s into the 70s.
Yeah.
By the mid 70s, that work was drying up. Who goes and hangs out at a coffee house to hear an acoustic player on a 12-string? Nobody by the mid 70s. So they're like, what do I do? I play a dulcimer, and I play. What do? You become a children's artist. That's what we went to a lot of children's shows in the 80s because mom and dad's friends all transitioned from folk music to children's music, which is the same fucking shit with different lyrics.
Was that the muscular dystrophy thing?
No, that was still Belleville Fair they were performing at. That muscular dystrophy event was a different event that we held at the restaurant where
in the parking lot.
Ish came down to perform.
Right, yes.
Lauren.
I still have the Ish and Lenny record.
Lauren, for those.
Lauren.
Lived up in Halliburton area.
Right, okay.
With his wife Heidi. Lauren and Heidi. Nice
He's the first Jewish person I ever met.
No.
That's what Mom said.
Roger James.
Oh.
Again, we knew a lot of folkies.
Entertainers.
Because even Roger tried the children's thing for a while. Because I was like, Sion Harrigan. He goes, shut up.
He was on Harrigan.
Sion Harrigan.
HJRRIGAN. All the Canadian Ontario kids.
Panama tour shirt. It was the Panama tour shirt. And wearing a Country Raiders ball cap.
Nice. The farmer one?
Oh, well, they're all trucker caps. Yeah.
Right.
Know your demographic when you're a country band in the 80s. It doesn't have the ivy leaves on it. We're a band. What's up? I'm old and vintage. Good to see you, my friend.
For my Mother's Day gift this year.
Yeah.
I got these skid hoops.
Yeah, I'm thinking, remember going to see Uncle Chick perform down at the Belleville Library a few times?
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. Uncle Chick being Chick Roberts, who ran the Mariposa Folk Festival all through the 70s. He basically ran it. He was the CEO, I think. And I can't remember what he did performance-wise back in the day.
I remember he was on commercials all the time.
As an actor. Yeah, he did some acting as well. Mr. Anderson, your gown's open. All you Canadians remember that commercial? Yeah, that was Uncle Chick. And that's how I knew him as Uncle Chick.
Uncle Chick.
That's the lifestyle I grew up in.
Everybody was around. I thought we were related to like a lot of people, like
Well, see, that's
the way mom and dad would recognize them.
The way our upbringing was, like, it was really hippy dippy until you came along, and it was a little more straight and narrow, but then that lasted about 3 years. 5 years before Dad got back into playing full time and hanging out at music stores for hour and on end, because Dad picks up a shift working at Brian's Music, and we just hang out at a music store for an afternoon
and deliver the dry cleaning.
And deliver the dry clean. DJ Play Nice.
Because it was a music store / dry cleaners.
Yeah, half and half. With a pop shop in the dry cleaners too. So at least we could get a pop shop pop while we were there.
And Humpty Dumpty chips. Yeah. And I don't know, I think I took for granted. Like, I remember I used to play on drums, and
we could play on the used gear. There was a used drum kit inside the door. There was a couple used guitars that you could strum on.
Yeah. But
it was like literally, Dad would be like, okay, those 2 guitars, that drum kit, and that bass. Those are the ones you're allowed to touch.
And I don't think I cared. I think we were desensitized to music stuff around us as a kid. It wasn't like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of garbage in here. I haven't heard of any of these names, compared to, I'm like, there's not Fenders and Gibsons and Gretches and oh my. Like, where's the good stuff? Yeah. What city did you both grow up in? Just outside of Trenton, Ontario. You can look it up. North side of Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
I spent some time in the Greater Toronto area prior to her coming along. By the time Mom was pregnant with her, they would decide, let's move to the more laid-back area. Oof, did they find a laid-back? It's like the land that time forgot on occasion.
Yeah.
Why do people have southern accents around here? We're in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very rural by living just outside of town, which was good. I loved it. I hated it growing up, but in a way I loved it too, because there was nothing to do. And all your friends lived far away.
Yes.
You couldn't just walk over to a friend's place. Well, you could more than I
could.
Yeah, I could not.
No. Yeah, I was fortunate to have a
bike. As soon as I could ride a bike, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I assume it's a big step up in Trenton, New Jersey. It was a dying factory town.
Yeah.
What we grew up in, basically. It just didn't know it yet.
Yeah. Pretty, though. It's really pretty.
Yeah. But on the other hand, we'd have a lot of like family, because our parents grew up, or Mom grew up north of Toronto. Dad grew up on the East Coast. East Coast, big music history, obviously. Oh, you're from the coast. You must know a buddy. Dad got introduced to a lot of East Coasters once he was in Toronto more, because every East Coaster coming through, Dad would meet up, which made lifelong friendships with John and Ellen Cameron, for instance.
Yeah.
And so, that was just normal. Like, because we're halfway between Toronto and Montreal, or Toronto to Ottawa, that these friends would stop in for a cup of tea or lunch or what have you, or on their way back to the city, And our parents stayed with the Mariposa Folk Festival till 86, which, again, way easier on you than me. We were pawned off on a lot of relatives.
Yeah, I never paid attention to why we were gone.
No, that was just normal.
I'd go to like Nana's or
like
Harold's.
And I was saying, and because our parents ran their own business and put in a lot of hours, like summertime, I was gone more than you, because I would spend a week with Jerry and Ann. I'd spend a week with Lang and Yvonne. And that was cool because they both had sons that were within a year of me in age. And so, I spent a week with Doug, I remember that the summer between grade 8 and grade 9, man, that was awesome, because half my summer vacation I spent with cousins, in other areas. So I was like, oh, you want to go hang out in Kitchener-Waterloo for a week? Yes.
Yeah, it's great not having you around to punch me in the face.
Hey, you're leaving grade 4 going, yes, freedom.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Free reign.
Even though I'm from Montreal, I always felt at home in Ontario. Good.
Ontario is it's a beautiful province. I've lived outside of it and I missed it. Ontario smells like grass, like fresh, sweet grass. It has a really sweet smell. And when
here, around here, because in the springtime you have lilacs and apple blossoms everywhere. Yep. You could smell the apple in the air, and same as during apple harvest season, you could smell the apples.
Yeah,
in the air.
You can smell that it's an agriculture.
Yeah, of course, they all smell the shit when they laid it down twice a year too. Oofta! When you don't have AC in the home, like, oh, I guess I'm smelling this. But
I went into the IHOP. I went to IHOP yesterday, and the whole restaurant smelled like poo. The day before yesterday, it was gross.
Southern Buying Factory Town. They just didn't know it yet. Great lyrics. Feel free to use it.
Sounds like a Billy Joel song.
Or Springsteen. Or Mellencamp.
Hamilton smells it just smells.
Still smells better than Cornwall.
I just was talking about stinky Cornwall today.
It smells like sulfur.
It's gross.
You literally step in your vehicle and go, who farted?
Yeah. Fart town. Yeah.
Oh, and I want to thank everybody that tuned in on Friday night and bought some pedals from our friend Rob over at Tesi Switch. Hashtag Tesi Switch. Yeah, you guys were awesome. And I know some people even were still using the coupon code as of this morning. I'm still waiting for my invoice. Awesome. Ever been to Drummondville? It also smells like poop. I have not.
Oh.
But I've heard that.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. Still better than Trois-Rivières.
Check.
Oofta. That's just a rough town. Johnny Love says, got a pedal from Japan and plugged it into a UK 2240 volts. Forgetting the adapter was given for 110 volts. Smoke, pedal stopped working. Luckily, it's okay now using a T-Rex power adapter for UK. Oh, you got lucky. Yeah. Ron House of Bane says, Ontario is huge. It's the only province where you can drive 12 hours and still be in Ontario. I think you can drive 24 hours from Cornwall, but like to try to get out of Ontario, because you got to drive to basically Toronto, then head north, and then go up around the lakes. I'm pretty sure that's like
And there's like portions of it that are just
nothing.
Like it's just wilderness.
Like, you'll see a sign for a gas station, and you better fill up because it's going to take you a tank of gas to get to the next gas station.
On our maps, there would be some towns, and some towns they had to have a map where there would be a telephone.
Yep.
Like how many telephones can you get to before Timmins, and how many telephones are like that's crazy talk. Yeah, no thanks. I'm always surprised that anything comes like big stars or something when they come out from the north. I was like, wow, that's a battle right there.
Just to get out of there, period.
Get out of there.
And then become famous, right?
Yeah. Like Timmins has at least 2 that I'm aware of, and that's pretty good.
Yep. Well, I'm thinking, northern, the Danko family. They were from up north. But maybe only like Sudbury, which is only gateway to the north.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and Lights, Canadian electronic artist.
Sure.
She's from Timmins. She's
gotcha.
Yeah. There's a few dance artists that are one's from Thunder Bay. Like they're just not that big of places. Like I think Americans, let's say, when you're hearing about the cities, Google the populations. Our cities just aren't the same.
And 90% of Canadians live within an hour of the U.S. border. And we got all this land up north that we just don't use. It's all like moose and trees and lakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like when you go north, things can kill you more. The more north you get, the dangerous.
Says Quebec is bigger than Ontario. Might be. It's big too.
It is. Again, it's got more because it's borders on Labrador, and we're talking about nothing here. There's nothing in Labrador.
No, there's nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, no.
Guitar Man 45 has spent a lot of time in southwestern Ontario. I'm just saying. Windsor, Hamilton, Toronto, Tilbury. Downtown or uptown Tilbury?
I don't think Ontario is smaller than Alaska. Really?
I don't know.
I wouldn't think that. I would think the Peanut Gallery says Ontario is bigger than Alaska. I would think so as well, yes.
Ben Tom says he teaches a girl in middle school that her family's from Banff. That is nowhere near us. It's like
no.
The border with Alberta.
Like way over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nunavut is the biggest territory in Canada. Well, it's a territory, not a province.
Agreed.
Or is it a province now? No, it's still a territory.
No, it's a territory.
and that happened during our lifetime because it used to be the Northwest Territories was Northwest Territories and Nunavut.
Yes, there's 3 territories now.
Jose Benito Martinez Jr. What's up?
What's up, Jose?
Hobo Roadie in the house.
Yeah, where moose are, there are black flies and mosquitoes at the same time. It's not a good day. Hey, Joe. So you said Joe Wubbo? No. Alaska is bigger. Breaking news. He's correct. Alaska is bigger.
BC Rich was he's all in the geographies in there.
I believe it. It's just shocking to believe that. I believe it, but it still shocks me.
Black fly season is fun. We already got
mosquitoes. They're vicious.
We got
Southern Ontario has Northern Ontario black flies this season. They're vicious.
Fortunately, it's always windy here.
Like on Northern Ontario black flies, like dive and like come after you.
Oh yeah.
You know, instead of just being around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta wear one of those fly masks. Otherwise, you're just breathing them in all the time. And
yeah, it's bad. Yeah, you will. They land in everything. In your eyes. I hate black flies so much.
Well, there we go. Alaska is approximately twice the size of Ontario.
Wow. Alaska's large. Alaska is large, apparently.
It is.
I don't need to go there. It's unimportant to me. Do you have any viewers from Alaska?
Metalhead Hippie. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight, but Jeff watches.
I don't know these things, where people are from.
I think he's the only one. Oh, wait. No, Lawrence Cash of Alaska. Because he's got the AK right in his name.
Excellent.
Zach Thong in the house. Zach Thong is not in Alaska.
Zach is not in Alaska.
Zach is basically in our old neighborhood we grew up in.
Yes, which is weird.
Well, okay. Zach lives in the woods we used to play in, except it's not woods anymore.
Shooting range.
Yeah. Zach lives there's a strawberry patch. Then it became a shooting range. Because it was a strawberry patch back there when we were kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learned how to drive on that patch of open land. Because I drove Bob Foley's AMC Pacer down the trail out there, did a few laps, and drove her back.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, it was dangerous back there. There was a lot of animals that could eat you.
There was we were not necessarily the top of the food chain, depending on how armed you were, because there's lynx back in there, deer, bobcats,
Fox.
no bears.
Oh.
Bears stayed on the other side of the 401, thankfully.
Yes.
No wolves. Coyotes moved in later. Like, there's coyotes all around there now, but there wasn't any coyotes around when we were growing up. They just showed up.
Rabbit foxes they worried about. Foxes.
There was a lot of foxes. Fox
Cougars,
dens all along the railroad tracks.
We had cougars.
Yeah.
Used to come down through Wooler.
Cousin Doug says, I remember a bat in the basement. Yep.
We always would get bats in the house.
I moved the cougar over there.
Ooh. He just called me a cougar. No,
Try not to think of that.
I'm not. Yeah, we have coy dogs here, actually. People call them coyotes, but they're not out here. We have coy dogs more. They've mated with the dogs so much.
Yeah. And that's all happened really in the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, they're really close. They get very close to my house. It's not cool.
No, at the old house, we have them right in our yard.
I know. They come through our yard here, too, but I don't like it. I like my cat.
Nice. Guitar Man says we have strawberries and raspberries in our garden. Get bushels every year. Yep.
Hey, Kevin Ramsey.
We had a strawberry patch across the road from our house growing up. We had another one that ran down the southern line of our property. Actually, no, it was a vacant spot. And then the next patch over, there was a strawberry patch.
Strawberries.
Yeah. Apples everywhere. And then our grandfather grew raspberries and then other garden vegetables.
Everything. He grew everything.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Great soil there. Remember that. Because it would be like, you dig a hole in our yard, it's like sand about 3 inches under the grass. And then over Grandpa's place, it's just like this jet black, beautiful soil. It's like, wow, I get why your garden's better than Mom's was. Van Six in the house. Kim Ramsey.
Ramsey. Hey, Dan.
Yeah, and because we grew up next to strawberry patches and raspberry, I can't eat either if they've been refrigerated. Nope, can't do it.
Best.
Yeah,
strawberry social
right off the vine.
Need a strawberry social. I want to find one. Let's go to some church and go to a strawberry social. That's where they always are.
Amanda Rooney, holy shit, happy Mother's Day. Hey, it's Quentin Chase, what's going on?
Hi, Quentin.
The one and only. Van Six
He
in there.
is a wonderful person. He's a wonderful person, and he's going to soundbite this. So, wait, hold on. Let me look good. Quentin's a wonderful person. And he is paid for this advertisement.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Emmett.
Little dinosaur. I'm not old. Adventure says, speaking of gardens, I've been in my garden and orchard all day. I'm going to go take a shower. See you later.
Excellent. I'm glad that you stopped.
In the chat. Neighbor mowed lawn here today.
I got my refill. This cup's so big, it's like my whole face. Because I just little. I know that clip's going to be used everywhere, but he can't keep using, he's so wonderful, isn't he? Because that one's old.
But it's a classic.
And then the are you drunk? Are you okay? Quentin's awesome. Yeah. I just give him all these sound bites because he's probably laughing right now, and that's great. Because he should be laughing.
Surf BS. What are my tattoos? Many.
What are your tattoos?
Many. Lots.
I have one.
Hodgepodge from over the years. One I need to get covered up at some point. Keep
Yes,
putting
you
it
do.
off. Like new glasses. Keep forgetting.
I just forget I can't see.
Well, I don't see it most of the time. It's usually when I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, oh yeah, that's there. Oh, nice. Bo says have a new strain introduced in my garden this week. Be ready in 10 weeks.
I'd like to get the Mariposa Sun still. Wouldn't mind getting that.
You're right. I should get that too.
Right?
Yep.
I was going to stick it above my other one, but
That'd be a good one for up around the shoulder, but I already
yeah, I know. I was also thinking that.
I've already got stuff there. that territory is already occupied.
I don't know. I don't know.
That'd make a cool elbow tattoo.
I'm not really fussy on, like, for me, if I'm going to do an arm thing, you'd have to do like a sleeve, and I'm not that girl.
No.
So I don't know where I'd put it, you know?
However, I'm a work in progress in that department because I have one here and I have one here. So it's
I was
just
going to say, you are that girl?
I am that girl. Yes.
I'm that girl.
What's up, Braxel? Braxel used the coupon code this morning.
That's amazing.
That's how I knew. Yeah, that's true, Doug. That's true. Tattoo has been blessed by Roadside Preacher.
That's funny.
Would you like
That's
me to?
funny.
I'm like, yeah, couldn't hurt.
I remember you told me when you got your tattoo in, was it Daytona?
Yeah, my first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you say you saw like a psychic lady that said you were going to die young?
That was prior. That wasn't down there.
I thought that was down there.
It was not down there.
You were like convinced?
Oh, yeah.
How's that working out?
I'm pretty broken. I'm just hanging on. It hasn't been exactly an easy ride to 48. What's up, Pooh Ninja?
You're turning 49 this year? Yeah, right?
I am. Yes. Celebrating that 1 week from tonight, folks. A group hang. I've got a cavalcade of stars joining me.
When?
1 week from tonight, we're celebrating it because my birthday is 1 week from tomorrow.
Hey, Pooh. Did you watch the tribute video to Mike that Andy made? It's a good one. Sit down and chill and watch it. It's really lovely. It's a lovely. Everybody should watch it.
Johnny Love says, yes, really touching. Yeah, I haven't checked it. I've been a little busy the last few days.
I had to watch it in
18 mod pedal for hours yesterday. I hope that Tesi sends that pedal right away. I do not want to take my sign pedal again. Yeah, I get it. See, what happened was Braxel, he bought one of the new pedals, right? Then he got signed by Robert Keeley and Andy Timmons. So now he doesn't want to play it because it's got signed by Robert Keeley and Andy Timmons. Smart man. So then he's like, hey, with the coupon code, a fella can snag on a backup, become the primary, then that could be the nice display piece. It's like, I get it, dude. I get it.
The rationale of that purchase is fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. I agree. It's a good time.
Yeah. I was fortunate when I got Johnny Hyland's Phase 90, he signed the box and not the pedal. Not that I'm out gigging anymore or anything, but
no, but
there may come a time where a fella might need to gig and I might need that Phase 90 for that gig. Although that Dodd phaser, it does kind of the same thing, but in a different way, and I kind of like the different way.
same, different, same,
really, let's be honest,
different.
that's just the placeholder until the Keeley vintage phaser comes in.
Every time I drink my coffee, I like disappear. I'm not having any alcohol tonight, in case anyone is wondering,
Neither am I.
because I'm donating blood tomorrow. I challenge everybody here to donate blood. It's my second time tomorrow, so I'm super excited about it. If you donate blood, you should say so in the chat, so then it's like peer pressure on everybody else who's gonna do it.
Philip Aspie says, I don't know how Amanda can drink coffee this late.
ADHD.
She's her father's daughter.
Stimulants actually calm me down, so
Lee's having dabs, don't drink. Nice.
I'll drink coffee right before bed and fall asleep.
I will not. I'm
Yeah.
the opposite.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big poofy poof.
Doug's the same. Yeah, Doug, why? Yeah, you drink more coffee now. For years, Doug never drank coffee.
I didn't either. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me.
Yeah, but he's getting, I'll take a triple. I'm like, good God, man. That's all like cream and sugar with a dash of coffee.
No, I just like milk. Coffee with milk. Thanks.
Surfing says, great message, Amanda. I will.
Yeah, do it. Do it. You can save 3 lives.
That's not the reason why.
3 lives. For like not much of your time, and you get good snacks. I got my best friend to go with me. She's gonna go.
I have a doctor's appointment with Dad tomorrow on the phone.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh, and I got a bill from the hospital.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hospital bills are the best bills.
Well, but fortunately, being where we are on the globe, like we didn't get the ambulance fee waived, so that's $45. But then for some reason they have Dad's X-rays listed at a cost.
They might have done a special one.
Yeah, do you know what guess what the cost was on that?
What?
Almost $20. Which they waived.
What was that for, though? That's weird.
Yeah, you do have to pay for an ambulance, at least around here, Philip. And apparently they bill you, but then knock off the X-ray. Maybe just because they have to put a price when they bill the government. I don't know. But man, I'm like, I've heard of costs in American healthcare, and $20 seems awfully cheap for an X-ray. I'm just saying.
We don't have access to all the same things. Like we don't have a lot of machines at our hospitals available all the time, and we don't have the same tests available to us. If you want a PET scan in Ontario, you have to pay for it. And if you're fortunate enough, the oncology department at the hospital will use some of their fundraise money to pay for it. But I saw people getting chemotherapy, and they had to pay $12,000 for a pill out of pocket because that was not covered by Ontario health insurance. So not all health procedures. If it's a trial, which most chemotherapies are, you may not be covered.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're covered, but to a point.
Yeah, and exactly. Ron House of Pain says, yeah, you get billed for ambulance pickup here in Ontario, which it's well worth $45 because one, she and I can't move Dad. So there's that. So you're paying 2 people to come pay. Plus, when you show up in the Whirly Box machine, you go to the front of the line, or at least closer to the front of the line, we'll say. So
yeah.
So it's well worth $45. Cab ride costs you $45. Hell, I went to Arby's for Dad and me the other night, sis, because we wanted the milkshakes with the combo. Oh, $31. Ouch.
Oh, it's so good though.
Oh, it was good. I'm not doing it again anytime soon. Because I realized, yes, do not wash down a beef and cheddar combo with curly fries with a milkshake, because you need some carbonation. I just got to breathe for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have free healthcare, but it's not all completely free.
Yeah.
Most things are. Most people don't see a lot of medical bills.
It is, Dean. But I hadn't had Arby's in years, so I thought, mazel. I had more of a craving for a milkshake and curly fries, because I've had a curly fries craving for about a month now. Trev can attest to that.
I like au jus, the French dip. They got a good French dip sandwich. Yeah.
Lee says
Enjoyable.
Arby's not big here anymore. No, the one in Trenton closed down. It's now a KFC.
Arby's is like one of those, you hate it or you love it, and then you find some random unicorns. I'm fortunate to have found two in my lifetime that had never had Arby's before, and then I'm like, ooh, which is a nervous situation because you don't know how this is going to go.
Jack
And
Hamburger has-
turns out my experience, they both loved it, which is fantastic. And then I look like some like superhero of garbage food. Yeah.
Apparently, Doug likes the turkey bacon ranch from Arby's.
You're the guy that orders the sandwiches? I didn't know
Does.
anybody ordered those.
I go there for roast beef sandwiches. It's
Exactly.
Arby's.
Yeah, me.
It's Arby's.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was not impressed with IHOP. I'm just saying, it
One right over here.
was not good. It was not good at all. I was not impressed. I will not attend.
I will not be repeating my attendance.
I will not attend.
The only way, no, because you're nice. You will only attend if you're invited and it's some form of a group thing and you don't have a say into the location. It's already been established. You're like, fine, I will make my appearance.
I don't like restaurants that only serve me 2 pieces of bacon. 2 pieces of bacon is not enough bacon.
No.
Period.
That's
No.
why, see, if I'm doing breakfast, it's got to be a breakfast buffet, because then I can have a dozen slices of bacon and wonder why my ankles are swollen 4 hours later.
Right? I like a brunch.
Michael B. Live says, IHOP sucks. They put pancake batter in the scrambled eggs. That ain't right.
Yeah.
Hashtag filler. Do
I'd
we
like
have
to go to
Longhorn?
Longhorn Steakhouse.
I don't know. Do we have a Longhorn Steakhouse?
No, that sounds awesome. I wish it was like Ponderosa.
Doug says he had Long John Silver's the other week. Did you eat a dozen of those fucking, what are they called? Balls of heart attack in a ball form.
Oh yes, heart attack balls. Absolutely familiar with that. With coronary sauce.
It's like little balls of cornbread that they deep fry. Hush puppies. Yeah, that's it, Phil. Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, because all I heard the first year we're going down, so I gotta hit a Long John Silver's. Gotta hit Long John Silver's. Doug's moaning about Long John. I gotta hit Long John Silver's. Gotta get hush puppies. And then I'm like, okay, so these are hush puppies. I'm like, what are they? He's like, deep fried cornbread. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then I find out he's got one in Waterloo. So I'm like, fuck you. If we're hitting restaurants, we hit shit.
Yeah, we do have the keg.
We do have.
That's right. The keg is good. Way good.
Dimitri used to work at a keg back in the day.
Where they butter your steak.
Braxel asks, how come I never heard of the store Tesi Switch? How did you find them, Ben? I've known Rob for years. I met Rob I found out about Rob.
I gotta get coffee.
Johnny Bean and Dave Nesdall, and reached out to Rob, checking out his stuff, and invited him on for a show, and became fast friends. And that was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
want to say. And yeah, Rob's a good guy, and he was nice enough to do the coupon code thing, which helps promote his company. I don't get anything out of it other than when I do order stuff from Rob, he shoots me a deal. That's the way that works.
I met Rob because he was on Johnny Bean's podcast or show, and then I think I followed him on Instagram, and then he went live, and then we started talking about Star Wars for like an hour.
Probably saw him on here too.
Well, yes,
But
but I wasn't necessarily at that point religiously watching your shows
right.
because I didn't care.
BC Rich, yes, Tesi does have
It
some
didn't.
gear. Quality
And then
gear.
I realized how y'all are all dorky, and everyone was like really nerding out on this stuff. And I'm like, I can nerd out on things. And then I would like fill in some questions about music and stuff, and I was useful. And I was like, oh, they need me. Just kidding.
Okay, Philip Ashby says, hell, Ben, if you're in the CLT. What the hell's CLT? I'll take you out for some barbecue. Because that's the part that got me. He said, barbecue. I'm down, Philip.
CLT?
CLT. All right. That's just, okay, because I'm pretty sure he's Canadian. I want to say. So, what the hell? Oh, he's in Charlotte. Oh, dang. Nope. Okay, my other home.
CLT. I'm trying not to like say a dirty word. But
see, now Philip puts on the screen Charlotte, North Carolina, and then Doug puts Charlotte, dumbass.
Listen, Doug.
Well, Doug will be down there next week.
Listen, Doug, I talked to Barbie Joe today, and if you don't play it right, you're going to get several phone calls because I can easily say he needs to hear from you 7 days a week. It's your call, dude. Just say it. He's laughing probably right now.
10 days. Doug's headed down there in 10 days.
10 days. CLT? I would never get Charlotte from that.
Nope. Oh, it could be their airport code.
Well, that makes sense.
Now, Philip, if you want to meet up with Doug for barbecue, he won't. He'll say, well, let's go to Golden Corral instead.
I'd go there. I want to go to Cracker Barrel, too.
Oh, Cracker Barrel kicks.
I want to go to Cracker Barrel. I want to go to Waffle House.
Haven't done Waffle House yet. Yeah, it is the airport code. All right. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Roger that. It sounds dirty. I'm just saying. I didn't know where you were going with your comment originally, but yes, Tom. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tom's
it.
That brother. Tom's that brother in the family.
Yeah, and then Doug's got to say Taco Bell underneath Taco Bell. Like, wait. I'm trying to be very good. Huh? What?
I love Tom.
Yep.
Tom's been hanging out behind the shed tonight. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Lifestyle
choices. I have them, but I decided to just double vape today.
There you go. I got to pick up some supplies this week. That's part of my Thursday trip. It's going to be local.
We can go for lunch. Do you want to go for lunch?
Maybe. We'll see.
Or not. It's fine.
We'll see. No, I think the plane. Yeah, we could do that.
If you want.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm going to be pretty busy for the first 3 days, so I'll probably be okay to not go anywhere, but it's up to you. Just saying.
Tom's like, you can't take me anywhere. Take you here, Tom. We love Tom.
I'm not going to say that.
We'll go a few more minutes here and we'll wrap things up. So
all right.
Dad can get back online. And
these kids and they're online.
I know. Chihuahua?
What?
Elbarge put Chihuahua in the chat. Chihuahua. Oh yeah, Cracker Barrel. That's where it went on that. I was having quite the conversation with Trev and Charles the other night about that Cracker Barrel. Charles was saying his favorite. Personally, because we don't get to go to places like that, Amanda. And
No.
the way I see it, you can get a whole slice of food that you just don't touch. So I just get the chicken fried sampler. So you get chicken fried chicken, chicken fried beef, chicken fried pork, all on one plate. One of each.
Why do people want chicken fried beef?
Don't knock it until you've tried it.
Like, why do you want your beef to taste like chicken?
Well, no, it's prepared like fried chicken.
Oh,
That's what
it sounds like
fried.
it's like fried in chicken grease.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah.
It's good.
I didn't realize I was double vaping. Is that like a cool thing? Am I hardcore? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not hardcore or anything. I'm too
Fried
lazy.
steak tastes like beef with a crispy crust and gravy. It's
All right.
Then you throw all the gravy on it, which is usually like breakfast gravy, I think. So sausage gravy.
And you can shop at Cracker Barrel too. That's enjoyable for me.
You got the whole store. And that was the other thing. Charles was telling me about their root beer selection. They have a root beer selection, Amanda. Selection. Say, please enlighten me, Charles. They got the Dads. They got the Virgils. They got other stuff, apparently, that I can't think
Want
of.
tires.
Yeah.
Just never gonna happen. I have like
go across the border to Cracker Barrel one day. If the border is clear, I can make it to Cracker Barrel and back.
I need a passport. I don't have a passport yet.
Yes, Doug, you get to have Marshall's cooking in 11 days. You're lucky. Oh, it's just. Every time I'm like, what are you making? This is amazing. Oh, it's just blah, blah, blah. It's not, just. Oh, it's just. Yeah, Boylan. I want to try that, Lee. I keep hearing about the Boylan root beer.
What's that?
Boylan brand. It's a bottling company out of New York. I tried their black cherry, and it was not too shabby. And I don't even like black cherry.
I don't like black cherry either.
No, but it wasn't too shabby. Like, if you were to drink a black cherry beverage, this would be the one you would drink. I bet you will, Doug.
I like black cherries to eat them, but the flavor is generally a hardcore no. Tastes like cough syrup. Or like holes. Like I'm eating holes.
That was the other thing. They actually, my niece at Cracker Barrel, you can actually get bottles of sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla? Sarsaparilla?
I was not shocked because it's a Cracker Barrel.
Right. Yeah, I want to go there. It just sounds very exciting.
Sure.
Everyone goes on about it. Honestly, if I go there and I'm disappointed, y'all have a lot to make up for. Well, I will punish you in some sort of way.
It's not exactly gourmet quality food,
I know. I want big portions. How I stay so skinny. Did you hear my jaw crack?
You get a side order of biscuits and gravy to go along with everything.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever had biscuits and gravy. Like I've made gravy and biscuits, and they just happened to be left on my plate, and so
but that was probably beef gravy. That's not breakfast gravy.
I've never had white gravy. It frightens me.
It's good.
Yeah, it scares me.
It's the best gravy.
What does it taste like?
Awesome. Just awesome. Heaven.
Grease.
Yeah, it's breakfast sausage gravy.
Oh, I don't like breakfast sausage.
Neither do I, but somehow it works. Somehow it works.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, see, sausage gravy, country gravy.
I'm getting full just thinking about it. I'm getting gut rocks thinking about it.
Big biscuits, you crumble them up, put gravy all over them. Oh, so good. I got some biscuits upstairs I can make. I don't have any sausage gravy mix, though. I need
No,
one
I-
of you Americans to send me some sausage gravy mix. Just saying. Take pity on a fella.
Yeah, I feel like I would be really, 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 really fine if I lived in the
I
South.
have had grits. I'm not the biggest fan of grits.
I've not had grits, and I think I would really like them.
Yeah, you probably would, actually. Yeah, you would.
'Cause I like most things that are in those kind of forms. I'm excited.
Now, I like Marshall's grits because he does shrimp and sausage and grits. Italian sausage, mini shrimp, and grits.
No,
Yep.
that's
Don't
a
knock it
negative
till
and
you've
a
tried
no.
it. Do not knock it until you've tried Marshall's breakfast. I'm just saying. Oh, it's so good.
You put gravy on your omelet? Ugh. I don't even like eggs Benedict. Eggs and sauce do not mix.
Everybody says Boston gravy is tomato sauce to Italians.
I've not had polenta. Sorry. I'm polentless.
Oh, I hear somebody moving around, so I should probably wrap this up.
Oh. Bum, 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 bum.
Could have the doorbell go off at any moment.
Dad's
Oh,
on.
you know what that means, folks. It's time to wrap things up. Hey, there's Rob. Tesi Switch in the house. We were talking about you earlier. Also,
Yeah.
still waiting on the invoice. I texted you about that.
Oh, look, Quentin just posted a video about me.
Imagine that.
Red eye gravy. That sounds delicious.
Is that your phone or mine?
Not my phone.
I heard a notification. Oh, no, that was me.
Good to see you too.
Oh, and there's my notification from Quentin.
Me first.
Nice. All right, what do we got here? Oh, Bojangles. You dick. Bojangles. I love me some Bojangles.
And Quentin just sent it to me. Just in case you didn't know. Billy boy.
Oh, yeah, Bojangles. Right, Philip? Bojangles, breakfast sandwiches.
That's a place?
Bojangles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fried
Sounds like a
chicken,
piano
but
bar.
they also do breakfast. Like, it'd be like if KFC was good.
Which it's not.
No, but if it was, it would be Bojangles.
KFC is a dirty bird. Dirty bird.
Nice. Zach says when my mom goes shopping at Metro, I go to Arden's until she calls me to load up the car. Nice.
Nice.
Smart move. I like it.
Don't
Well, on
think
that
you're
note-
alone in that plan.
I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight for the Mother's Day special with Amanda and that rockin' mom. And next week we'll be doing my birthday hang, even though my birthday's the next day. But because we celebrated on the Sunday show, folks. That's what I'm saying. So at least this year. Maybe next year, if it's on a Tuesday, maybe we'll do it on the NAS Canucks, and then we'll get some, I don't know, viewers on that channel.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, yeah. Thank you, sis, for doing this, as always.
Always
hanging
fun.
out.
I appreciate everyone hanging around and listening to us ramble.
Right? Yeah, it was just a rambling conversation for an hour and a half. Like,
Zero plan. Zero. Not that you could tell,
no
I'm sure.
preparation. Zero. Yeah. We got Seth in the house. What's up, Presley? California Customs, last week's guest.
Hey, Seth.
And I'll be back with Trev and Terry tomorrow night with Canucks with Guitars. And then, I don't know, what do we got coming out this week? There's a setup video in the can. Oh, and I think I'll do a setup video on, well, maybe that'll be next week because we have a store video tour coming out on Friday. Mars Music store tour this coming Friday.
Ooh.
I'm not saying that's how I got the Dodd.
But
They may or may not carry Dodds. Just saying. They got all very cool story. You're going to enjoy the video, folks. Mark was there. Mark played like, I don't know, 14 guitars, and he smiled all the time, and he just enjoyed it. And he did. Yep. That's all I got to say on that. So, oh yeah, Mark makes appearance in the Thursday vlog video for you channel members and patrons. Part of your exclusive content here on the Ben Coombs YouTube network. It's not a network at all. You got one channel. Need more than one to be a network. Well, we got Nascanucks. It is a network. It is a network.
Yeah.
Exactly. 4.6K subs for Amanda. The 0.04 is me. Yep.
awesome.
You know it.
That's the best comment of the night.
No, my niece
That's
heard
good.
it. No.
And I'll be back for my birthday.
Yes. Or possibly sometime before. We don't know. We don't know. Again, don't
I
plan.
could be
Don't. No, it's just.
for sure at least by the beginning of July.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I surprise
And then
you.
there's the Halloween. Apparently.
Yeah.
See. If
John.
you're right long enough, John could tune in all the way from Australia. That's nice, John. Good to see you. Good morning. So yeah, on that note, she's been little sis. I've been Ben. You've been you, because that's how that works. Hold those doors open. Let Ben Tom in ahead of you in traffic, because you know he's going somewhere, obviously, and he's a nice guy, so let him in.
Yeah.
And be good to each other. Happy tone chasing. You know, go TesiSwitch.com. Pick yourself up one of those new Andy Timmons pedals while he's still got one or two left. Use coupon code Canucks, save 15%. Heard they're sold out elsewhere, so grab it while you can. Just saying.
Sure.
What are we gonna? Yeah, we'll end with it. No, yeah, we'll end with this. Will we?
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, we go with this one. All right.
Okay.
Don't let her.